And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with this MLB Show 22 Custom League, and we are going to hop right into a critical situation between Phoenix and Seattle. This is a big series between these two teams here, as they're both fighting for what's going to end up being that last wildcard spot in the American League. Right now, it's, I would say, probably like the loser of the New York and Boston division is going to being that first wildcard spot. It's pretty clear at this point. But both of these teams had 77 and 70 on their seasons, and they both definitely have that shot of getting into getting into that last wildcard spot. The Raptors there, that was Lane Thomas, I believe, at the plate, and a great pitch on the bottom of the zone to get the strikeout here and end the 7th inning, and they had a base runner in scoring position. Yeah, Nick Solak trying to, Solak or Thomas there, whoever that was, trying to swing at it, and, it was a great pitch there at the knees. So Tim Mays is going to come out for the Raptors, and he started this year as this team's closer, but had a lot of blown saves and was not really pitching very well. 4.02 ERA for him. His average against righties is over 300. There is Hunter Renfroe, the best hitter on this Phoenix team. He's got 30+ homers this year, and this is been one of his better seasons of his career. But that was a beautiful pitch there by Tim Mays. Here's Roddy Tellez, a 276 average for him this season. He's kind of been taken out due to injuries this year, but I really like what he has been able to do as well offensively for Phoenix here. And he is going to swing and miss now at that slider, way out in front of it, and Tim Meza has shown up and been dominant here in this outing. He's got 2 strikeouts here. We're going to look at this swing by Tellez, and yeah, I mean, not super out in front of it, but still a little bit early on it. Really good pitch at the bottom of the zone. Here is Robert Newstrom now. Called him up a couple of months ago, and then he got hurt for a little bit, so he only has 10 at-bats so far in his Major League career, and he's got a couple of hits in those trips. He also had at least 1 RBI in his MLB debut. I remember that. So that's a fly ball into right field. That must have been Nick Solak, I think, because Lane Thomas is coming up in this inning. But out of the bullpen comes Jackson Jobe. As a rookie this year, those numbers are pretty good. 4.02 ERA, 131 strikeouts, 170 innings, 2.245 average against righties this year. So lefties are hitting him a little bit better overall this season, but I think that this has been a successful rookie campaign for Jackson Jobe, a guy who probably will get to be in this rotation going into next season. We'll see, or we just keep him as a long reliever on this team. That just depends, but he's got a 3-2 count on Jerry Urshela, and he gives up a walk. So Urshela will go to first base here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and now that's the tying run coming up for Lane Thomas. 252 average is 778 OPS for him this year, and he's now going to ground that one back up the middle, and it's going to get on through for a hit. So Taylor getting the ball back into the infield, but a walk and a single now. 2 runners on and only 1 man out, and so we're going to go back to the bullpen, and we're going to bring out their setup man, Genesis Cabrera. 29 innings, a 2.48 ERA, 200 average against righties, 263 against lefties, 32 strikeouts. Overall, really good numbers for him this season, and he is coming in to pitch in a huge spot. Xander Bogaerts is at the plate here. 275 average, 822 OPS, 22 homers, and nearly 60 RBIs for him on the season this year, as he's going to swing and miss at a 2-seamer. That was a really good pitch at the bottom of the zone, and now the count is even. 2-2 to him, and it's a swing and a miss. Circle changeup down in the bottom of the zone. Fantastic location by Genesis Cabrera, and a huge strikeout in the Series 1. Soto, 30 home runs, 79 RBIs for Soto this year, batting nearly 250, and he's now going to take a 4-seam fastball right there for a strike. Soto only a 210 average with runners in scoring position. You kind of figured that might be a bit higher. Certainly was higher for him last year, but he's going to pop it up here in the third baseline, and Alec Bohm, right near third base, catches it to end the inning. So, wow, Juan Soto, their best hitter, and the guy you expect to come through in spots like that, pops it up, and the Raptors do not score in the 8th. So they go to the 9th, and Alex Colome comes on out at 3.86 ERA for him. 23 strikeouts to 13 walks. So not a strikeout guy, really. A 273 average against righties this year. Johnny Houston is at the plate here. Only batting 221 right now, but does have a home run and 6 RBIs. He was also called up. He was called up in the September call-up period for Phoenix, and he's going to fly this one into shallow center field, but it's an easy play out there. I believe Juan Soto's actually their center fielder on this team here. And now Alfaro is gonna come up. 271 average and over 800 OPS. Good numbers for a catcher, and this has been, I think, a trade that's been worth it. They traded for him. Phoenix did from New York earlier this season. This trade, I think, has worked out. He's been a very solid catcher for them this year, and that's a base hit back up the middle here for Alfaro, with the Scorpions looking to add on to this lead here. Only up by 1, looking to get some insurance. And Tyrone Taylor is at the plate here, and Tyrone Taylor's going to drive this one into right field. Thomas is at the wall. He jumps up and he can't catch it. It's going to bounce off the wall and up to third, and stopping there is the runner. That's a double for Taylor, and it is a runner. Runner's now on second and third. So Alfaro did not score on that play. Didn't know if it was going to be caught there at the wall. But now a ball into the outfield would score. The runner with Wander Franco the play, but he pops up a bunt attempt here, and it is caught at second base by Yandy Diaz. Okay, I don't really understand why you would have Wander throw bunt in that situation. I mean, let him try to get a fly ball into the outfield. I don't know about that. I don't think that was the right move right there. But either way, now it's out to Alec Bohm. That's a fly ball. Shallow right field, but on the move, making the catch is Lane Thomas. And that'll end the inning. So the Phoenix Scorpions there had an excellent golden opportunity to add to the lead. They don't do it, and they are only up by 1 as they go to the bottom of the 9th.
Your attention, please.
So out of the bullpen now and closing this game out is Taylor Rogers, who's been awesome this year. 39 saves and 45 tries, a 2.09 ERA, 52 strikeouts, 246 average against lefties, 246 against righties, 217 against lefties this year. He has just been fantastic as a closer. Teoscar Hernandez is at the plate here, 0 for 3 in this game, as that's a ground ball into right field. It is over the glove, and the diving attempt there of Rowdy Tellez, and Teoscar is on base. And he's been a big part, I think, of what has been a resurgent team here for Phoenix. Or for Seattle, I mean. They were below 500 for for most of this season this year, but they have had an awesome month. Their month of September so far has been fantastic. One of the hottest teams in baseball, one of the better teams since the second half started this year, and Teoscar Hernandez, I think, could be a big part in that. And there's Travis D'Ornat, a couple of doubles for him. Not hitting super well this season, only a 650 OPS for him. That's a ground ball, and that is going to be an unproductive out, as it's a ground ball to shortstop to Wander Franco, and no advance at all from the man on second, so it'll bring up Nick Solak, who 274 average, 824 PS, 24 home runs there in 73 OBs. He's had an awesome year, but he struck out last time he was at the plate here in a big spot. And now the game comes up to him. It's a fly ball into center field. Taylor is over, and he makes the catch to end the game. And Phoenix holds on. The bullpen comes up nicely for them. Doesn't give up anything there in those last few innings. And they win this one here from Seattle. A big win for them at this point in their season right now, as they win this game 3-2. And Michael Lorenzen gets the win for them. But yeah, Phoenix goes to 78-70 on the season. A game ahead now of Seattle, as you see Phoenix here, and I think that their offense has been very good this year. Franco batting nearly 300. Alec Bohm had a hit in this game. Semien has, the average is a little bit low, but he does have a lot of home runs, and I think he leads the team in RBIs, maybe Hunter Renfroe does. But Rowdy Tellez had a couple of RBIs as well. Franco had a home run, only his 10th of the year, but he's up to 49 ribbies now. And Michael Lorenzen, 6.2 or 6.1 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, good start, gets the win, and then the bullpen was awesome. 0.2 innings for Taylor, an out for Joe, 0.2 innings for Cabrera. Rogers with his 40th save of the year. And so for Seattle, Lane Thomas leading off. Xander Bogaerts has been great this year. Soto has been good. 30 home runs is, a lot. You take that. Hernandez has been, I think his average has definitely dropped since he's gotten here, but he's still hitting pretty well. Solak and Jared Walsh, those guys are really good. Yanni Diaz, batting 289, has been fantastic as well. Kyle Quantrill, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 3.73 ERA for him on this season. Curtis, Meza, and Colome with scoreless innings there in the rest of the game for Seattle. As see a kind of a standings update there. And yeah, the Barons 84 and 64 right now. But the Scorpions, only a game ahead of the Raptors now. But those two teams are the two teams that are fighting for that spot. And I mean, the Vandals are still definitely in this picture as well. They're 76 and 72. So don't write them off just quite yet. Still 17 days left to go in the season. As we have a important matchup here and an important series between the Rattlers and the Sharks. 75 and 72 for the Rattlers. The Sharks have only one less win than they do here. And are only a half game back. And the Bees, 5-5 over the last 10. They're only 3.5 games back, 4 games below 500. They might have a shot here if they play well down the stretch the last couple of weeks to maybe be in that picture. But yeah, right now it's Colorado and San Diego. These are the two teams that are really fighting for it. And Colorado has, it's been kind of back and forth most of the time. Most of this year, the Sharks led the division for most of the season, but Colorado has had a better second half. They've been hovering around 500 for the whole season. They've never been out of the picture of this division by any means. And so this is a big opportunity here in these head-to-head matchups between these two teams to extend their lead even further. Michael Kopech out on the mound, 4.55 ERA, 1.39 whip. He has not been great this season. A lot of strikeouts for him, but the ERA, the whip pretty high. San Diego's pitching has been probably the key reason that they're, only at 500 right now. Steven Duggar leading off, and 295 average, 810 OPS. He has been really good. I don't know how many, innings or at-bats that he's had this year, but he has been getting on base really well. San Diego sitting at 74 and 72. That was a wild swing and a miss there. Had a 99 fastball that was way outside of the strike zone. And so now Duggar's going to look at a 2-2 pitch here. And it's a curveball. That was a hittable pitch there, but it's going to be just a grounder over to Mancini at first. So we go to what this Colorado lineup looks like. And you got Duggar there leading off. Mookie Betts, 265 average. Brian Reynolds, 313. Carlos Correa, 269. Rojas, Madrigal, Francisco Mejia, Seth Brown, and Willie Calhoun in this lineup. And Brian Reynolds striding to the plates, and a guy again in the MVP conversation. Still a 313 average, still over 1 OPS this year, and 36 homers, a career high already. Has 110 ribbies with still over 2 weeks left to go in this season. That's a ground ball, and that is going to be a base hit. So he's on, and yeah, this continues what has been a fantastic season, career year. He was very good last year, but he has just stepped it up even further this season with what he's been able to do. 114 exit velo there on that pitch, or on that swing. And you see there, Nashville scoring a big win against St. Louis, as that fastball misses at the top of the zone. Correa, 18 OPS, 19 home runs, 75 RBIs so far this season. These are, pretty solid numbers for him, as that's a four-seamer at the top of the zone for strike 3. Good pitch by Kopech. Really great location there at the top of the zone, and we're done with the top of the first here in this game. So we go bottom one, and on the mound for the Rattlers is Wade Miley, who has been one of their better pitchers in this rotation, honestly, this year. 169 innings under 3 ERA, only 153 hits allowed this year, and only 89 strikeouts. So definitely a pitch to contact guy, and he's 37 years old at this point, so kind of at the tail end of his career, but he's putting up an awesome season right now. Dansby Swanson is at the plate, 256 average and 748 OPS for him. He's been solid as this team's leadoff hitter, and that's a four-seamer there on the bottom of the zone for the strike. Colorado was so close to winning this division last year. They were only a game away from winning this division last season, and right now they're 3 games above 500, and I think that their pitching staff is not as deep as they really want it to be, and that has been part of their issue this season. That is a ground ball that Dansby beats out and is able to get to first base safely. And now it's Dylan Carlson, and he's been awesome this year. 272 average, an 815 OPS, 19 home runs, and 83 RBIs. That is a career high for him, and he is putting together one of his better seasons of his career right now. And that's a ball, and doesn't want to, Wade Miley not giving him anything to hit here. The count is now even. Trey Mancini's on deck, and that ball there misses, and it is a ball. So there's a walk. Hitting a walk now in this inning. It brings up Trey Mancini, who has been just fantastic this season. This has been an addition to San Diego that they have really needed, and that has been very successful. 318 average, that's 99 OPS, 22 homers, and 82 RBIs. He is top 10 and almost top 5 in the National League for on-base plus slugging there. That was a strikeout, though, and that's a big first out here in this inning for Wade Miley here with only one down right now as Ian Happ comes up. 257 average, 855 OPS, 25 homers and 85 ribbies. Career high for him. He's been awesome. As the number 4 hitter on this team, and that's a fly ball into left field, and it looks like it's going to be there. Brought in and caught by, actually that's a left fielder, sorry, but that is a catch, and that'll finally get us a chance to look at this lineup here. We've already seen a lot of it, and we've already seen the top contributors to this lineup. We got Dansby there, Carlson, Mancini, Ian Happ. Those guys are all hitting really well. Eduardo Escobar struggling a little bit. Alex Tomas has only had a 228 average the last month, so his overall average has really tanked a little bit. He was starting the season really well, but his overall average has gone way down. And you got Mike Walls in this lineup as well. As that's a fly ball into right field, and it is tracked down and caught by Steven Duggar there for the out. But yeah, I think for San Diego, it's been a lineup that hasn't been great, or a pitching staff that hasn't been great, and a lineup that's kind of been inconsistent this year. And George Madrigal comes up 79 OPS for him, 245 average, and over 60 RBIs. So he's been good this season. That's a fly ball into left field. Left fielder's at the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run for George Madrigal, 13th for him on the season. And that's a big swing as the Rattlers score first here in this critical matchup, and they go up 1-0. So, George Madrigal, 375 feet there on that blast to left field. Big swing, and, he is in the running for the Rookie of the Year. Francisco Mejia is up here, career high in ribbies at 50 this year, but overall not hitting very well. Only a 606 OPS for him this year. And a 1-2 here. That is a swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball blown right by him there, as we get to Seth Brown now, who has spent a lot of this season injured, and as only put up below 700 OPS, 17 home runs, 49 RBIs. Just very league average. The on base and the average is not very good for him this year. As that is a swing and a miss. Another four-seamer there, and that one also blown by him. But we go out of this inning with a home run by Madrigal and a lead for the Rattlers. And yeah, I mean, George Madrigal is in that running, is in that conversation for the Rookie of the Year. I think that, you know, unless Jack Leiter has disastrous performances towards the end of this season, that Jack Leiter will be the one that takes home the Rookie of the Year award. He's been pitching very well this season. And, you know, George Madrigal has been good, but overall, you know, he's been league average, really, with the, you know, the OPS and stuff. And I guess it's about what I expected, maybe a little bit better than I expected him to do this year. But he is only a C potential guy. I do think I might increase his potential going into the offseason. But here's Willie Calhoun, 207 average, you know, 666 OPS. He has struggled a little bit since the trade that brought him here, but that's a swing and a drive into right field, and Willie Calhoun smashes a home run. That's his 10th of the year, and that was 406 there on the distance. The Rattlers double their lead, 2-0. So, you know, Calhoun does have that power that really intrigued me when I made this trade to bring him here to Colorado. And, you know, 10 home runs for him, and he's played, what, a couple of months at this point here since the trade deadline. I think he's been showing that power a little bit. He just hasn't been consistently getting on base, and, you know, that is just not a part of his game that he's showing off right now. But huge home run, second straight frame with a homer for the Rattlers, who go up 2-0. And sorry if I don't sound 100% right now. I have had a cough the last couple of days, and just haven't been feeling the greatest, but I wanted to get this video out, so I might sound a little stuffed up or a little scratchy because I do have a little bit of a cough right now. But that is a drive, and that one's going to go into the wall here, rolling a long ways, and man, if that was Dylan Carlson. If Dylan Carlson had some more speed, that might have been a triple there, but instead it's a double, 29th of the year for Dylan Carlson. As you get to see the replay of that ball and where it all went there. So, yeah, Mancini back up to the plate. One of the best feel-good stories that we have in this league, as that's a ground ball right back to Wade Miley, and he is going to take care of it to get the out. So that is the end of the third inning, and overall, Wade Miley has been good so far in this start. A couple of hits allowed, and I think he did walk somebody, but overall he's been solid as we go to the top of the fourth. So here's George Madrigal coming on up again. Yeah, 62 RBIs at OPS, went up to 713 after that home run. And now he's going to swing and miss at a four-seamer that was way inside. Okay, don't know what he was swinging at there. 28 doubles also for George Madrigal. So his slugging is not terrible, as that is a swing and a miss way outside. And he had a couple of bad swings there in that at-bat for sure. And I think that's kind of just what you see those kind of at-bats from a rookie swinging at pitches like that. But he just looked absolutely fooled there. So one down in the inning, and Mejia is up at the plate here. That's a liner that is going to land in left field for a hit. So Francisco Mejia is on base here. And Michael Kopech has already got 73 pitches on his ledger in this game. So the pitch count is certainly something to watch here early in this one right now, as that's a ground ball, and that one ends up getting through and into the outfield for another hit. So back-to-back singles here. Put two men on and one man out for Willie Calhoun. 0-2 pitch. Fly. Oh, that's another ground ball, and they're not going to try and score the runner from third base. Mejia will just end up staying put there at third base. But three straight singles now here with on the bottom of the order, as Willie Calhoun, 110 exit velo there. And yeah, this is a bad situation for Michael Kopech now. He's got to lock in Michael Kopech with 80 pitches already, as he misses with that 1-1. So Steven Duggar at the plate here, nowhere to put him. 2-0 pitch, and that one misses. It's a ball. No base open here as Mookie Betts is on deck. And a big at bat here. The 3-2 fly ball, and it is going to be caught here in the outfield. And Francisco Mejia is over, and he's going to score, tagging up on that fly out, and he makes it, and it makes it 3-0. So job well done there by that hitter, and they're going to actually go to the bullpen already here and take Michael Kopech out after only 3.1 innings in this start. Not an amazing start for him, as Jordan Wiles comes on out of the bullpen. 4.04 ERA, 114 strikeouts for him, a 256 average against both lefties and righties this season. So he's been good as this team's no longer reliever. He's been pretty solid there in this role as Mookie Betts comes on up. Now in a 3-0 game, trying to add on to it. That's a fly ball into left field, and it is caught out there in left. I believe out Tomas, or no, actually that is Escobar, I want to say. Yeah, in right field playing today. We go middle of the fourth. Now it's 3-0 here in Colorado. Reed Miley, he is settling into a groove here, and he's got a 3-run cushion now. So Ian Happ leads off this inning as that's a ground ball. Nice stop at third base. Picks the ball up and throws it to first in time for the out. Really impressive play right there by the third baseman. Who is that at third base on this team? I feel like I'm blanking here on somebody. Oh, Josh Rojas. Yeah, that's right. Harder to throw distance there. Throw speed of 88 miles an hour. Really good play right there to recover after that. And that's a shattered bat in front of the pitcher. And Wayne Miley makes the catch there to record the out. So gets through the fourth inning here without any damage, and still has only allowed a few hits today, as you see another replay of that bat being broken off the bat of Taylor Walls there as we go to the top of the fifth. So 2 down in the inning. Okay, I don't know why I showed you that there. Probably should have deleted that before I started recording. But anyway, we're in the bottom of the fifth inning now, and that's a line. That's a ground ball, and that's going to get all the way to the wall because there's nobody over there in right field. And again, I mean, if you don't have 32 speed, that probably would have been a triple there. Mike Zunino, with only his 15th double this season, he has definitely struggled a lot offensively this year. As that is a ball on the outside corner there, so it's a 3-1 count now to Dylan Carlson, who 1 for 1. He already walked once today, and that's a ground ball. That one's going to be a base hit, and Zunino will stop at third base here. He does not try and score. He does not have the speed to make that happen, and so now Trey Mancini is up, and now Mancini is going to be walked on 4 pitches. So, yeah, we're here in the bottom of the fifth, and now another bases-loaded opportunity. And San Diego, man, they got to get something right here as Ian Happ is up right now. 71st pitch is a fly ball into left, but it's going to be an easy catch. Seth Brown makes the grab in left field, and that ends the fifth inning. So, I mean, the Sharks get a couple of hits there, load the bases up off of Miley, but they cannot score. So a lot of missed opportunities. Another base runner on here. Leonardo Rivas is going to take a cutter there for strike 3. Fantastic location by Wayne Miley, and he has gotten through another inning. 6 scoreless frames as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning now, and the CPU still having a pitch out here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 down, and that's a swing and a miss on a changeup down below the knees. I believe that's 5 strikeouts for Wayne Miley now as Dylan Carlson comes up. 2 for 2 on the day with a walk, and that's a ground ball. That one also gets through. So Dylan Carlson pulling a 3 for 3 day. Good night for him in this game here. 7th hit off of Wayne Miley here in this start, but they just haven't been able to take advantage of base runners so far in this game tonight. So now with Trey Mancini and the 0-2 to him. That's another line drive. That one falls into center field, and back-to-back hits here with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And yeah, at this point, 8th hit of the game that Miley has allowed, you got to take him out here. I'm surprised that they even really hadn't pitched the 7th inning at all, but 6.2, really good innings for Ray Miley. Is on the hook for both of the runners on base right now, though, as Will Smith comes on out of the bullpen. 4.06 ERA for him, 38 strikeouts to only 10 walks, and those averages against are pretty low, 245 and 233. So Ian Happ is up here, and that slider does just miss on the inside part of the plate. Happ 0 for 3 on the day so far today. 851 OPS overall on the season. 2-2 is a ground ball. That one is going to get through and into center field. Around third, and coming in to score, no throw to the plate, is the runner, and Ian Happ does come through here with an RBI hit to put the Sharks on the scoreboard in the 7th inning. So a 3-1 game. That was Dylan Carlson that scored on that play, and that's a swing and a miss. Escobar is swinging at a pitch way inside for the 3rd strike and the final out of the 7th inning. But a run is scored by Ian Happ here, and so it is a 3-1 game now as we go into the 8th inning. And we haven't showcased a lot of at-bats here for Colorado because Jordan Lyles has just been awesome out of the bullpen here. He's still in this game, and he has gotten a lot of, soft contact so far as we go to the, we're in the 8th inning now, looking to add some more to this lead, and we get George Madrigal coming up to the plate for another at-bat. Another look at that home run that he had back in, the 2nd inning in this game, and he's going to line it into short, and it is caught by Dansby Swanson. So not able to add on to the lead there. Bottom of the 8th here with Colorado still up 3-1. And Cody Hoyer comes out of the bullpen for them. 64.2 innings, 17 holes this year, and under 3 ERA, 53 strikeouts, 203 average against righties, 233 against lefties. I mean, lefties cannot hit him this season as Al Tomas comes up here to begin this frame. And yeah, the OPS down to 687 this year as he's going to try and bunt his way on here, and it's not going to work. Not an awful idea, I guess, there, but the bunt was hit a little bit too hard, and there's the first out. There's Taylor Wallace, 248 average, 754 OPS. Actually getting on base more than I thought he would. Not a power hitter by any means, really. That's a ground ball down the line, and fair for a hit here. So, they call to the bench, and in this spot, Christian Walker is going to come up here. 616 OPS for him, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs. As he's going to swing and miss. Slider there, great location, and a big out number 2 for Cody Hoyer.
Now batting, catcher.
So that call to the bench does not exactly work out for the San Diego Sharks there, as that slider, great break to an 8-inch break there, and just dove out to the outside corner. As Mike Zunino is going to line that one foul, and now the count evened up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Important pitch here coming up, and it is a swing and a miss. Change up down at the knees, and Cody Hoyer gets 2 critical strikeouts there after the base runner to end the 8th inning and keep it at a 3-1 game. So huge 0 there. No more runs for the Rattlers. Jordan Romano is going to come out to try and close the door. 44 out of 48 in save opportunities. 3.31 ERA and 51.2 innings at 250. Average versus righties, 225 against lefties. He has been really solid this season as Dansby Swanson is up here. Dansby 0-2 is a swing and a miss. High fastball gets him for the strikeouts, and that puts a lot of confidence in you there when your closer comes out and strikes out the first guy he faces. It is the top of the batting order, though, and it is Dylan Carlson, who has gotten on base 4 times today. 3-2, and that one misses. Ball 4. It's the second time he's walked in this game, and he's been on base 5 times now today. So, wow, increasing that on-base percentage like crazy in this game. But here's now Trey Mancini, and he's going to swing and miss. 99 mile-an-hour fastball there, high and outside. And Mancini can't catch up to it. Late on that one. Big out number 2. And I'm curious, I won't be able to share this with you guys. I'm curious to just know how many runners this team has left on left on base in this game, as that catches the corner of the zone for another strike. 2-2 is the count here. 2 and Happ, and it's on the corner, inside part of the plate, and it's strike 3 called, and the game is over. Colorado wraps this one up, and Romano, 45th save of the year for him, and a win for Wade Miley in this game, and a big-time win for the Rattlers as they take this game, and I think it's the first one in this series between these two teams, but they improve their lead in this division. They go to 76 and 72. Now the San Diego is only 1 game above 500. So, Colorado, I do like this lineup for the most part. I think, obviously Ryan Reynolds has been insane this year. Nick Madrigal has been surprising, but I mean the bottom of the order, Mejia, Brown, Calhoun, like those guys are not hitting very well. Their averages are very low there, and Mookie Betts, Carlos Correa, those guys are not hitting poorly, but I think that they could be hitting better. So there is definitely, I think, some holes in this lineup there, as you see the box score. And Wade Miley, a really good start in this one, as he goes 6.2 innings, gets the win. That is a quality start for him. 8 hits, allowed 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The ERA goes down to 2.91 on the season. Smith gets a big important out there, 4.03 ERA for him. Hoyer, a scoreless inning, 2.28 ERA. Then Romano, 45th save of the year. His ERA is sitting at 3.25 with 3. Yeah, he struck out the side in that inning, actually. As you go to San Diego, and, this top 4 batting order is excellent for them. Dylan Carlson, what a game for him, 3 for 3 with 2 walks. And an RBI by Ian Happ. But, Eduardo Escobar only batting 227. Thomas, 243. The average has definitely dropped. Mike Zunino only batting 203. So I think that there is some holes in the bottom of this batting order for San Diego as well. And Michael Kopech did not pitch very well. 3.2 innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. But Jordan Lyles, 5.1 excellent innings, only gave up 1 hit, only got 1 strikeout, but that ERA goes from above 4 to 3.92. So there's the box score in that one. And as we go back to the calendar here, that was the first game in that series. Yeah, then San Diego loses the next one, 9-1. Colorado dominating in that performance, and it's now 77. Now they're now 77 and 72 on the year. So I mean, they're trying to close this division out, and they are. I think right now that they have definitely made some ground off of San Diego. The Seattle Raptors, they're getting a win against Phoenix, so that ties that series up, and I think that those teams are back to being even in terms of record. This year, St. Louis loses again. I mean, St. Louis better be careful, man. They have not had a very good month, and there's a win for Atlanta over Columbus, a 1-0 shutout win. Salt Lake wins as well, but yeah, St. Louis is not doing so well. They have a 5-game losing streak, or they're a 4-game losing streak right now, and they are getting swept here. They are a 4-game series against Nashville, who is another team that is fighting for a playoff spot, and they are in danger of facing a 4-game sweep to them, which would be disastrous. As you look at San Diego and the Scorpions, they are identical in record now. But we're going to actually go into this critical situation here between Atlanta and Columbus. These two teams, both at 77 and 72, both fighting for the National League West, which has been the tightest division really almost this entire season there. And you see the Raptors getting a big win over the Scorpions in extra innings as that one lands in the outfield here, trying to score and win the game. The play at the plate is going to be in time. Shea Langoliers is thrown out at home, and what a relay there by the outfield, and it keeps the game alive. Wow, I mean, that was a line drive just over the glove of the shortstop, And, man, hitting the cutoff man, just getting it in there ahead of the tag. Fantastic play. So see the 40 home runs, 50 saves for Josh Hader this year, 40 home runs now for Joey Gallo. Trey Turner is up here, 270 batting average for him this year, 818 OPS, 24 stolen bases. He's been really good. Kyle Schwarber, 500th RBI of his career. That's a big milestone there for him, actually. As it's a ground ball, and that's a throw to first base. That ends the inning. Man, I mean, they almost won the game right there. Columbus thought that they had it. And so we are now going to go into extras between these two teams. And yeah, this is a huge series. You know, these two teams, I think this might be the last time that they play each other, but these teams play each other, the divisional teams play each other a lot here in the last couple of weeks. So Ryan Brazier comes on out, and he's been unreal, giving up like 3 runs in 34.2 innings and 5 walks all season. I mean, that's just insane. As Eloy Jimenez is coming up now. And there's a line drive, and oh my, it is caught by Randy Rosarena. Wow, what a play. We've seen him make some diving catches in this franchise for sure. And that play was fantastic. Wow, laying all out there and just getting that ball in his glove. That maybe would have been a triple if he does not catch that one. So, huge play right there. And 1 out now for Tyler Stevenson with a runner on first base. And he's going to be thrown out at second base. Great job. Shea Langoliers guns down a would-be base stealer. Javi Baez trying to get an extra bag there. And he is throwing it down. So 2 outs in this inning. A little unconventional ways to get him. But now Tyler Stevenson is up. And that is a 4-seam fastball there on the corner for strike 3. Great pitch by Brazier, and another scoreless inning for him this year. I mean, he's up there, one of the best relievers in baseball at the moment. And Patrick MacArthur is pitching, and Patrick MacArthur is a guy that actually is a rookie. He was a September call-up for Atlanta, and he gets a clean 1-2-3 10th inning right there. It's a good job. I think he's been pitching pretty well since he was called up to this roster, actually. And Chas McCormick, a couple of guys getting off days for Atlanta. Chas McCormick is at bat here. 237 average on the season. 1-2 pitch. And Brazier gets another strikeout. That is a 4-seam fastball there at the bottom of the zone. McCormick is like, why didn't I swing at that pitch on 2, with 2 strikes? But look at this pitch sequence. I mean, he's just giving these hitters nothing really that hittable. I mean, those 2 fastballs were in the bottom quadrant of the zone, maybe more hittable, and maybe you wanted them to be a little bit lower, but still not any terrible pitches. That's a line drive, and it's going to get down and get to the wall, and it's only going to end up being a base hit for the hitter here, and that was Michael Borso at the plate there, I think. So 1 down, Akil Baddoo is at the plate now, and Baddoo's going to crush this one down the line, and it's going to go foul. Wow. Just barely. Nearly a huge go-ahead home run right there. As that's a ground ball, and that one also gets on through. So Akil Baddoo gets another hit here. And they're going to go back to the bullpen and bring out Lucas Lucky, who has pitched 36 innings this year and has a 1.49 ERA, 2.33 average against righties, 2.11 against lefties, 27 walks, or strikeouts to 7 walks. He's been absolutely incredible this year as well. Those 2 guys, Ryan Brazier and Lucky, have just forced a really formidable, 7, 8, 9 pitching staff. And then you got Drew Pomeranz as his team's closer. 0-2, you get a Buddy Kennedy. He's going to swing and miss at a cutter way high and a little inside. I mean, that was near his eyes here. So, yeah, I don't know what he was doing right there, what he was swinging at. 5-inch cutter that didn't really ever have a chance at being in the strike zone. But now Mitch Haniger is up, and he's going to take a slider there at the bottom of the zone for a big strike number 2. And Haniger 0 for 4 in this game. Big pitch here, 1-2 to him. Is on the corner, and it's a cutter for strike 3. Wow, just getting the edge of the black there with that pitch. And Lucky does end up getting out of the jam in the 11th inning. That was a couple of absolutely monster strikeouts. And so now we go to the bottom half of the inning, and Brad Hand comes on out. 4.16 ERA for him, 68 strikeouts in 67 innings. And you know, Atlanta's bullpen, I think, has been, it's been shaky this year. I will have to just say, Brad Hand has been pretty decent this year, but he was better last year. I don't remember who he played for. I don't think he was with Atlanta last season, or maybe he was, and they signed him. But now 1-2. Shane Langolier swings and misses at that fastball there. And Brad Hand gets through the 11th inning, 1-2-3. So with no extra inning runner in place here in this franchise here, you gotta manufacture base runners and you gotta get guys on the old-fashioned way. As that's a slider that is gonna miss location in there, and Brad Hand is gonna walk Trey Turner. So I mean, that's a big walk there. Randy Arozarena 1 for 5 in the day, but you know what Trey Turner is thinking about doing right now. As there they go. He's going to go, pitch out, and he's going to be safe. Like, not even really that close of a play at second base. I mean, that's insane. So, good jump by Trey Turner. He's just so ridiculously fast. How does he steal when you on a pitch out like that? That was wild. But now a 2-1 is a ground ball, and it starts by Bouchot. And the throw to first base is in time. So, that'll end the 12th inning. And we're going to 13 here. That's, you know, up there with some of the longer games that I've called and that we've had, you know, that we've seen this season. As Yasmir Petit comes out of the bullpen. I don't really like this move. He's got a 5.47 ERA and a 3.55 average against lefties. Hopefully he's not facing any lefties in this inning. But Walker Boisseau comes up. He's 2 for 2 on the day. But Yasmir Petit has gone through this inning 1-2-3. Okay, ground ball to first. Really takes care of it. And, alright, bottom of the 13th inning. Another opportunity, the 4th one now for Columbus to walk this game off. And Eric Carley is going to come out of the bullpen. And he has a 5.8 ERA. He has just not been very good this season. Way down to compare to where his numbers were last year. And here's Yuli Gurriel. And that's a great curveball there on the black. But, you know, Yuli Gurriel started the season really hot. He's definitely cooled down in the last couple of months. His OPS is now about, you know, back down to about 700 for him. 2-2 pitch. There's a line drive. Okay. Yeah, I did not miss that one. That was a great swing there and just absolutely crushed that baseball. And so we see it here. And yeah, that curveball caught a little bit too much of the zone. More than Yardley probably wanted it there. Good swing by Yuli. So there's a base runner. And we haven't seen a lot of base runners for Columbus here in these extra frames, as that sinker goes right down the middle to Garrett Mitchell, who is batting 300 with a 795 OPS. Got his first Major League home run as well earlier. So he's been good for Columbus since the call up there. It's a ground ball, and it's to Kennedy. They get one out there, and they get the double play. Just barely. Garrett Mitchell does not think so, but that was a good turn here by Atlanta's infield, and another 0. We are going to the 14th inning here in this game. And now Kilwadu comes on up, and he's 1 for 4 in this game, only batting 240 this year with a 680 OPS, and that's a ground ball back up the middle for a hit. And you know, he's not Kilwadu has not really been that good this season, but every time that I go into a game with Atlanta, it seems like he gets at least one hit or something. It's pretty common there, but Buddy Kennedy's going to be up now, and he's going to lay down a bunt. Gurriel has got really no choice but to tag him. Buddy Kennedy going down the first baseline, so that is going to be a sacrifice, and now a man is in scoring position there at second base. So Mitch Haniger at the plate, and that's a ground ball. That one stopped by Duffy at short. The throw across the diamond does not make it there in time, and Haniger does reach with a base hit. So big single there by Mitch, and you see him here just beating it out. So first and second here, one down. Similar situation to what we saw them have in the 10th inning, I think, as that's a pop-up, though, in the infield, and it's going to be an infield fly ball, so the batter is out automatically. Yeah, even though I didn't catch it there accidentally, but man, that is a huge pop-out, and that is a huge game. They're going to monitor the Bees, and okay, the Sharks looks like they're on their way to winning at least one game in that series there. They're 6-3 right now. But there's a ground ball, stopped by Torres, throw over to first base, is in time, and Atlanta can't score either, man. So both of these teams with 10 hits, but just cannot break this tie at 2 right now. We're 2 outs here in the bottom of the 14th now. So here's Brooks now, and he's going to ground it over to short, and that's a throw to first base. It's in time. Eric Yardley once again with another scoreless inning. And I mean, this is definitely the longest game that I've seen in this franchise, probably just in general here. We're in the 15th inning now, and both of these teams running out of pitchers here to use. Tyler Anderson comes out for Columbus. He's only pitched 12.1 innings this year. But they're going to ask him here to come through for them and somehow put up another 0. So Javi Baez is up here. He's 0 for 4 on the day. That's a line drive. That one is down for a hit. So Baez is on. He tried to steal a base back in, I think, the 11th or 10th or 11th inning. And he was thrown out. So now we got a man on. That's the go-ahead run. Can the bottom of the order come through here? That's a bunt. And Gurriel going to go to second base, but they don't get the out there, and they don't get the out at first either. Wow, so that was a bunt that I thought, we were going to be able to at least get the out at second base here with how hard this bunt was hit. But Gurriel was kind of lackadaisical, didn't really hit the ball out in time or get the ball out fast enough, and both base runners reach. So what a golden opportunity right here in extra innings in this game. 2 runners on, nobody out. Chas McCormick going to try and bunt as well, and it's a pop-up. I mean, come on, man. There's nothing helping, nothing working out in these extra innings for either one of these teams. That is brutal. And now there's one down. Michael Brousseau is back up here. So Brousseau only at 132 average against runners in scoring position. That's not very good odds. And it's another infield fly ball. Second time here in extras that we've seen an infield fly ball for Atlanta, and they're kissing this really awesome opportunity to win the game goodbye right now here in this inning. They got 2 out now, and Akil Adu's going to have to get a base hit here to try and take the lead in this game. And the first pitch is a ground ball, but it is stopped at third base, thrown across the diamond for the out, and that is going to be another 0. So what is this, opportunity number 6 to walk it off now for Columbus? Can they get it done? Jimmy Nelson now comes out of the bullpen, and he also has a over 5 ERA, 46 walks, really struggling against lefties this season. But also, yeah, the walks are definitely an issue for him. As there's one down in the inning, and here's Trey Turner up. So Nelson coming set here, first pitch. He's going to give. It's a fly ball. Really deep center field. McCormick on the move, and he makes the catch. Wow, right out in front of the warning track. He makes the grab, and that was probably the hardest hit ball that either team has had, or maybe not either team, but the hardest hit ball that I think we've seen Columbus have in extra innings, and it's just caught. So now Randy Rosarena's at the plate here. And 0-1 to him. That's another fly ball. Deep into center again. Same spot, basically. McCormick this time can't get it. It's going to bounce over his head, off of the wall. And Rosarena's got a triple easily. Rosarena's going around third. He's coming home, and he's going to get there. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding? An inside the park walk-off home run by Randy Rosarena. And Columbus wins. Oh my goodness, the most exciting play in baseball, the inside the park home run, and wow, Randy Rosarena took a big risk there, going home on that, but he beats it out, and the throw is offline. How about that for ending in this game? the Cardinals win in 15 innings. I've never seen that before. I don't even think I've seen an inside the Parker in MLB The Show ever, but I've certainly never seen an inside the Parker to walk a game off before. That was crazy. So, yeah, what a finish here in this one. Columbus gets a monster win. They're now 78 and 72 on their season as they look to clinch the playoffs for the first time in their history, in their team's history. But, wow, this game went long. 15 innings here. Both teams used basically their entire bullpens in this one. Both teams had 11 hits, but the Cardinals end up coming out on top with a 3-2 win. So Tyler Anderson gets the win. Jimmy Nelson, his 6th loss of the year. The Cardinals win 2 out of 3 from the Crusaders in this series. And, yeah, we're going to show you where, I think I should have dove as the catcher to try and get the out there at home plate. I don't know if it would have actually mattered, but he is at second base right here. So basically he stops at second, he crosses second base as the outfielder collects the ball, and then as it gets to the cutoff man, he's at third base. So he's just stepping on third right as the cutoff man gets the ball, and he keeps going. I mean, this is a risky move. I kind of see it, right? You're in the 15th inning. You don't want this game to go anymore, so why not? And especially when the cutoff man is actually pretty far away from you here, and the throw has to be perfect in order to be able to get you out. This makes sense here to try and go around third and just try to score and end the game right there instead of, having the guy behind you have to get another hit. So, that was crazy. What a finish there in 15 innings. And Columbus there gets a big win, and 1 win away from a potential playoff berth here. Arozarena with a triple and a home run, his 21st home run of the year. And Matt DeBoer pitched this game for Columbus, and he pitched really well. 7.1 innings, only 5 hits, only 1 run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So he's had a couple of really good starts so far in his major league time. Wood with 1.2 innings gave up a run. Brazier, the ERA goes down to 0.75. But Lucky, ERA down to 1.42. And then Anderson and Petit there, the other guys pitching for Columbus in this game. And Atlanta, not a lot of RBIs from guys that are starters that you would think would get RBIs on this team. But Patrick Corbin was really good in this start. 7.1 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That ERA for him has been really great all season. It's down to 2.54. And then the bullpen, until Jimmy Nelson was actually really good in this game there, as you see their ERAs as well. So that will do it for me here in this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this one. We will have another critical situation between Boston and New York next time, and then we'll have a couple of really key games between teams still fighting for playoff positioning here as the regular season winds down in year number 2. So not too many more regular season videos to go until we get to the playoffs, but stick with me up until then. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me, and I will see all you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.